Hello, hello. How are you guys today? I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. All right. We are going to do our lettering lab. Hi, Rhonda. We're going to do our lettering lab Thursday today. I know I'm on at 10 today, and I've been coming on at 11. You guys, my schedule's crazy, and I just do the best I can. So if I don't come on when you can see me, then hopefully you guys can catch the replays. So I apologize if for some reason I am kind of a little crazy these days from a schedule standpoint. So hopefully, though, those of you who have kind of an open schedule like I do and kind of aren't always having to be certain places at certain times understand how your life kind of changes in that season. So I am just going to invite some people on here. I know that Jody likes to get notifications, and Carrie, I'm sending out some of those notifications to people in case they want to join us this morning. Hopefully they will. Yes, I know, Rhonda. I feel bad when I say, oh, I'm going to be here at this time, and then I can't do it. So I've kind of just stopped giving times. I kind of just like popping on whenever I can because it just makes it easier for me. It's much less pressure. And these days, I don't like pressure in my life. I had too much pressure when I was working, and now that I'm retired, I want to have less pressure. So, all right. So we are going to do our lettering lab today. So, oops. Just knocked off my paints here. Hang on. Luckily, they were in this nice tin, and so I didn't have to worry about them spilling everywhere. Okay, we're going to do our lettering lab today, and that means that we are going to do something that involves us having to do some hand lettering, because that is one of the things that I want to get better at this year. So I'm forcing myself to do it. That's all right. That's all right, Moni. Amor, not a problem. You can tag any of us. It's all good. Tag any of us. It's all good. It's all good. I am a nutritionist. Yes. Now, I don't currently work as a nutritionist. I'm retired. I retired in 2024, and most of the nutrition work that I did was with children. However, I do have some input that I could give you on that. You can certainly private message me, and I will be happy to talk to you about that. So yeah, just DM me and we can talk, Moni. All right, so we are going to be doing the lettering lab today, and my pleasure, Moni, no problem. Okay, so what we're going to be working on today, and I have to be off of here by 12:15 my time. So we got to get on this and get it done and be done because, oh, you're taking your doggy to the vet. I hope he's okay, Rhonda. So this was our lettering lab last Thursday. So it had this cute little ice cream font and this all you need is font right here. That is what we did last Thursday for our lettering lab. And this Thursday, or today, we are going to be doing this Do All Things with Love. It looks fairly simple, and I feel like we can get it done in the time that is allotted for me this morning. So let's get to going on this. All right, so we're going to do the All Things with Love, and I'm going to be doing it in my Funto watercolor journal, which is right here. So I have pinned them here. You get 2 of these journals for that price. So this is not per journal. This is, you get 2 of these. And they're 8.5 by 5.5. They're amazing journals. The paper is amazing. If you've never had a Funto journal, then I want you right now to click the link and to grab it because you will love it. Okay, I'm not playing around when I say that. My favorite watercolor journals, all of them are Funto. I have this little one right here that I absolutely love. I have another smaller one than this that I love. And then I have 2 more coming in. And then I have these larger ones. And they're all Funto. And I love all of them. So I'm telling you, if you have not tried their journals, you should for sure try them. Okay, that's my spiel for today on the journals. We're going to move on because I want to get this lettering lab finished in time. And so I want to make sure that everybody is ready to go, and I don't want to go super fast. I don't want to rush everybody, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the inspiration photo. If everybody wants to take a photo of this, please do, because you will want to have it to refer to during your, as we go, and I want you to be able to do that. So let me pull it up really quickly. And let me get this and this so that I have it. All right. So here it is. So everybody go ahead and take a screenshot. And then once you've got your screenshot, you have your reference photo that you can look at as we're drawing. But we're going to get started. I'm going to put you guys on the overhead. And we will get moving. All right. Okay. I'm going to do mine in a landscape format. So it's going to be like this. I'm not going to do it up and down like this. So I'm going to do mine in a landscape. I do have some splatters on this page from the previous lettering lab we did. But you know what? I don't care because the colors that we're going to splatter on here are going to kind of go. So it's not going to really matter. It's going to be the same splatters. So we're going to go ahead and get to drawing on this so that you guys can see how that works. I'm going to put you guys right here where y'all can see, and we're going to get moving. Okay, so we're going to start out with love, and that's going to be a big block L. I'm using my Nic Pro pencil set. If you guys are looking for a great pencil set to keep you to keep your lines consistent. Sorry, I got sidetracked. To keep your lines consistent, then this is the pencil set for you. I love this pencil set. I use it every single solitary day. It's the best. All right. Hey, Stacy Lee, how's it going? My dinner was wonderful last night. We enjoyed lots. We had taco soup and we played Uno, No Mercy, and had a ton of fun. So I'm doing well this morning. I'm going to go see my sister and have lunch with her this afternoon. That's why I have to be off of here by 12:15. So I have time to get into town and pick my mom up, and then we're going to go and see my sister. So if you guys can't tell, we have a pretty close-knit family. We do family dinners every week with my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandkids, my mom, and my mom's best friend. And we play Uno and we eat and all the things. And then we try to get together and have lunch with my sister who lives about 45 minutes away at least once or twice a month. And, we are into spending time with one another. So Stacy Lee, we can hear you, and we can get your comment. I mean, we're getting your comments. They're coming through. Okay. They are coming through, Miss Stacy Lee. We see them. All right. Yes, Moni, me too. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start drawing. We're going to do the L first, so because that's the focal point of kind of where we start. So let's go ahead and we're going to just draw a straight line down. And I'm not worried about this being a perfectly straight line, guys, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be close. So we're going to draw our block. And then we're going to draw across here. Okay. Same thing. We're going to go up and down. I kind of went a little far on this. Okay, so now we have our L. We're going to start with our heart here. So we're going to go kind of around and around. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are not going for that. Let's kind of curve this down. And we're going to make those pointy. And we're just going to fatten those up as we come down. And bring it down. So there's our heart. Okay, now the V is going to come through the heart like this. Okay, so go ahead and, oh, we need to, that's the wrong angle. Let me fix that. I need it to come down further. So let me fix this. I'm going to do the V. I'm going to do the bottom of the V first so I know what angle to put it at. So it's going to come down like this. It's going to come to about the middle of our L. And then it's going to come up higher like that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and make that. Again, these lines don't have to be perfectly straight. They just need to be close. Let go of the perfectionism and just allow the letters to happen. All right, so now we're going to do the E. I'm going to do the inside of the E first. So I kind of have an idea of what size it's going to be. All right, and then I'm going to go around the... Okay, so that was a little far away. So we're going to start over. Hence the reason you always need to do this with pencil first. And have a good eraser on hand. All right, let's try again. We're going to get closer. Okay. And now we're going to go around. That's a little wide. E's are always hard for me. Hang on. One more time. I'm going to turn this so I can get a better angle of it. There we go. Okay, so there's our E. It could be bigger, technically. Probably should have done the inside a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can fix this. I don't like it. And if I don't like it, it's going to bug me the entire time. So let's just go around like this. And go ahead and make this. And then I probably shouldn't have done the inside first. So learning experience, right? Now we know. I just felt like that would help me size it better, but it obviously did not. Okay, that's better. All right, so there is our love, okay? Bye, Rhonda. I hope your puppy's good. All right, so now we have that done, and now we're going to just simply do the do all things, and that is going to be done with block letters and script. So we're going to do the D. We're just going to draw a straight line down. So we have that. And then we're going to go around like this and circle. And this part is going to kind of widen out and then thin out like that. Okay. I don't like the shape of that. Let's try that again. All right, one more time. Do. So we're going to do our line, and then we're going to do around like this. That actually needs to go over like that. Okay, and this starts to widen out right here, and it gets wider, and then it goes to thin again, like that. Okay, the O is here, and we're just going to go around and over. And right here, we're going to give ourselves a little teardrop. And right here, we're going to give ourselves a wide section. Okay. So far, so good. Everybody doing good? I'm telling you guys, lettering is my nemesis. It is my nemesis, y'all. Big time. Hey, Talia. I just saw that you were in here. I didn't see you come in. I know that you're busy and not being able to paint today, but that's okay. Okay. Now we are going to do all, and the A for the all is going to be that fancy A, like this. And we are going to make this part of our A wide, and this part of our A wide. Then we're going to do our all, which is going to be a big L, like that, and like this. And then we're going to do a little L. It's going to be a big L, but it's going to be smaller. So it's going to be the same as this one, but smaller in size. Okay, so we have all. And then things are just going to be our block letters. Okay, so we're going to go H. And then we're going to have our center down here, and we're going to have, this is going to be taller. Things. Then our I. Our N. Again, none of this has to be perfect. It's lettering, but we do want it to look uniform as far as the styles that we're using in each of the words. Okay, so our G is going to come all the way down. That was a little bit too wide. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be around like this and across. And then the things, we have the S. The S is what's hard for me. Let's try that again. All right, we're going to go big and small. And then we're going to go wide and skinny. Like that. Okay? All right. And then width is just going to be our regular script that we do all the time, where we do the the downstrokes and make those wider. Okay, so our width of our W, the width of the inside of our W, the width of our I, the width of our T, and this part of our H, this part of our H, and we're going to put a little dot right there. Okay, and then here is where we put our heart. However you want to make your heart. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't like mine to be too perfect. If it gets too perfect, I have to erase it and redo it. Because I want my heart to kind of be not perfect. Okay, there we are. There's our sketch. All right, so we have all of that done. Look it over, decide whether it's something that you want or if you need to change anything, whatever. I'm going to use my 08 multi-liner to get the black parts of the black section of the lettering done. Okay. You can also use your microns if you choose to. Whatever you want to do is fine. Okay. I'm going to be using the 08 Grabby multi-liner. Okay. All right, we're going to come in here and we're just going to darken these. We're going to darken all these sections that we just drew and color them in. Okay, this is a waterproof liner. So if we put water on it later, it is not going to cause issues. So when we do our splatter, we do not have to worry about this smearing, which is great. So go ahead and start filling in the black parts of your letters. Okay, hang on. I'm going to give us some music because you guys know I tend to get caught up in my painting and not talk when I'm concentrating. That way we have a little bit of background, right? Sorry, let me turn that down. That was my computer telling me that I had a notification. I am loving having this specific journal for my lettering stuff, and I can flip through and kind of see how I evolve in my ability to do these little projects. So and don't worry about your pencil marks. We'll erase those in a minute. We're just going to get all of these done first. And then once we do, and they're dry, we can erase. So it doesn't have to be exactly on with your pencil marks because we can go back and fix that later. Just get close. They say close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but it also counts when you are tracing your pencil marks for your art. Now that looks a little off. I think I'm gonna have to bring this over some, y'all. I'm gonna bring this over, so it's gonna be way off here. But that's all right. Because we will erase that and it will be fine. All right. Okay. All right. So now we have that. And let's see. I think there was, hi, Rhonda. How's it going? We're doing Lettering Lab Thursday. And we are working on this super cute, do all things with love. I'm going to do our little squiggly here. Sorry, I don't know if that was in the picture or not. All right, so we've got our little squiggly there, and then we have this. All right, so now it is time to go ahead, make sure this is dry, and you can go ahead and erase any extra pencil marks that you might have. But just make sure that whatever pen you used is dried before you do that so you don't smear everything. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use my kneaded eraser to kind of lighten up all of these eraser lines, or all of these pencil lines on the rest of my drawing, because we're going to be using paint and we want to make sure that those lines are soft. And y'all don't come at me with this. People are like, why don't you just draw it and then erase it? I'm not erasing it. I can still see it. It's just lighter. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Talia. Yes. Please tap, tap, tap if you can. We want to have you guys, want lots of community people in here. We want everybody to join us and paint with us. And that gets us out to the FYP if you do the engagement points up here. And if you tap the screen, share it out, put some hashtags, all the things, okay? That is all helpful. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Talia. Stacy Lee, I'm using the Grabby pens. They're the Grabby multi-liners. They're pinned below. Those are the ones that I'm using. But we are about to change and start using our paints. So we're going to use the Meeden paints. So let me pull that out. I'm going to use my palette, my 96 color palette today. Okay, which is my very favorite palette. Look at these gorgeous colors. And y'all, look at these colors. Oh, I love these. All right. So we're going to be using this today. And let me see what colors I want to use. I think we're going to use the neon pink. Let me pull these. I think we're going to use the neon pink, orange, and yellow. So we're going to use these three colors right here. Now, you don't have to use neons for this, but I'm going to because I think, well, actually, because my ice cream is kind of this, I may not want to do that because in my book, I kind of want them to like match. So maybe, you know what? I think I'm going to go, we're going to shift. We're going to not use this palette today. We're going to use the meat and tube paints today because that's what I used for these. And use those same colors, that orange and pinkish colors. Okay, so let me switch this to the paints that we're going to use. We're going to use these paints today instead. Yeah, it's for some reason I just want them as I'm flipping through my journal pages, I want them to kind of be cohesive. And they're not going to be cohesive if I do that. So we're going to use this pink. This is the pink that we used. Maybe if I can get it out. Oh, they're stuck. Okay, whoa. This is the pink we used. And then also we used the orangish yellow. And we used the orange. So these are the colors that we're going to use. I need to keep that organized right there so I know where those go back into my palette though, so that they stay matched up with my swatches. Okay, so these are the colors that we're going to use today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Meeden #1 brush and I am going to just drop in some water into each one of these so that they can be kind of softening up. My spray bottle is not out here, so I'm just going to do this instead. Okay. How's it looking, Jamie, with the more free colors? Just out of curiosity, are you loving it, or I just struggle with that so bad. Okay, so we're going to take this pink. We're going to start with the pink. And we're just going to go, you don't want to have too much water on your brush, okay? Just remember that the paint is going, the pigment will follow the water. Okay, so just as long as you've got enough water to kind of fill it in, you don't want it to be so much that it's going to go all over your page because then your color is going to go with the water. But you do want it wet enough to blend because we're going to blend these colors. Okay. So we're going to go down. I don't want to knock those over. I'm going to put those right here, so I don't accidentally knock them over. Okay. So we have this dark pink right now. And then I'm going to rinse my brush now. Okay. And I'm going to lighten this up by just dragging some of this through into this lighter color of the pink. So it's going to get lighter here. Okay. Now I want to go darker again. So I'm going to reach over and I'm going to get some more dark. And I'm going to darken that up. And the whether it's light or dark depends on how much water you're adding to your pigment, okay? So if you want light, then add lots more water. So I'm going to blend this out a little bit. just like that. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a little bit of the orange now, right here. And I'm going to drag that down. Okay, but I don't want that to be too much. I want it to have a gradient blend. So I'm going to drag it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take that pink again. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come across here. Just make sure that as you change colors, you end up, sorry, I was kind of off camera there. You end up with you want these ombre blends. You don't want these major dark lines. So just add water as you go so that you can do that. Move my paints out of the way. So that you end up with kind of, you know, an easy blend to all of these. And right here, I want to add in some of the yellow. But I want the orange in there also because I want it to be more orange than yellow. Okay, now I want, hang on. Now I want this to blend a little bit better. So I'm going to add in some water here and I'm going to blend that out. So it's a smooth connection there. Okay, well, let's dry that. All right, that looks pretty good. I like it. All right, now we're going to do our heart. Now, I still feel like these lines are a little dark, so I'm going to lighten them up even more than what my kneaded eraser did. Because they're going to show with that yellow. And I don't want that to happen, so my kneaded eraser didn't quite erase the way that I wanted it to, so. All right, you can still see them, but you can barely see them, hopefully. All right, we're gonna start with the yellow, and we're gonna do our tips, the tips of our heart, okay? So this is gonna go here. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna grab some of our pink and we're gonna blend that together with our yellow. Like that. And then we are going to Maybe add in a little darker pink. Yeah, right here, just a little bit. I don't want that to be too much. Okay, add a little bit of water to that and spread that out. Like that. That looks good so far. Let's put in a little bit of orange, not too much, just a teeny tiny bit. Right there. And then add in some more pink. As we come around here. A little bit more orange. Make sure that blends really well. And let's bring in some yellow. All the way down. There we go. How's that? I am using the Meeden #1 brush out of the this set right here. I just pinned it below for you. That is it comes with a set of 4, the 1, 3, 5, and 7. I'm using the 1. And they hold their tips really well, so you can get teeny tiny little points like I did down here, but also you can get really wide areas as well. So I like these brushes. I use them pretty much for everything. All right, so there is our heart. Okay, now it is time to do the V. I'm gonna get some clean water. My water's getting kind of dirty, so I'm gonna dump my dirty water and get clean out of my Meeden paint toilet. And we are gonna start on the V. Okay, so with the V, we're gonna come across like this. We want to be really careful. Make sure that's dry before you touch it with that pink, or it'll go into the heart. Now, if you want that blend, you can do that, but I do not. So I'm going to make sure that it's dry before I touch it. So I'm not going to get all the way up to it just yet. And let's bring in some yellow. It's got a little bit too much water on that. Some orange. So I'm only using 3 colors, guys, even though you're going to see a lot more shades. But I'm only using the orange, yellow, and the pink on this. And depending on how much water I use, that's going to make the blend look different and the color look different. So it's all in how much water you add to your paint. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to go back now and I'm going to finish out this now that I know this is dry. I'm going to go ahead and bring that all the way up against it. Make sure I have enough pigment there. Okay, I'm going to blend this out. Okay, just like that. And let's dry that so I don't smear it. All right. Okay, now let's do the E. Let's go ahead and do, again, I'm going to lighten this up some because my kneaded eraser didn't lighten it as much as I wanted it to be light. Okay, we're just gonna use the side of the E right here first. That's where we're gonna start. I'm going to bring in some yellow right here. Now you could do this with a wet on wet technique too, and it would probably be a little bit easier to get those blends when you change colors. But if you use enough water, you can do it like this, and it doesn't, it's not a big deal, so. You just want to make sure that you have enough water to kind of blend both the colors together as you change them out. Especially on the curves here, you want to make sure you bring those together really well. And this section right here is just going to have to kind of figure its way out on its own. All right, then down here, we'll add the orange in a little bit. I'm going to make sure I have water there so that we can get those to blend. And then bring this around. Add in some yellow. Make sure there's enough water to blend those together. And then we are going to bring this all the way around. And we're going to add in pink right there on the tip. And just let that kind of blend down. Perfect. All right. Well, not perfect, but you guys know. I'm not about perfection. I'm about fun and journey and color. I know. Aren't those birds amazing? I love them so much. They sit outside my window every single morning and just chirp. Well, there was one, and now there's a whole family of them because the babies have hatched. So now I have, you know, the babies are chirping as well. And they sit right outside my window every day and sing me songs while I'm painting, and I love it. All right. Oh, I smeared that. That's all right, though. We're going to have splatters anyway, so it's not going to matter. But let me just see if I can clean it up just a bit. Add some water in there, and then try to pick that up. A lot of times you can do that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let me see. Let's get this right here. And now let's clean that middle up. So that it's back to its definition that it needs. I'm adding extra water here because I want to make sure that it's following where I want it to go. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick that up with my brush. And then when we put our outline on that, you're not even going to be able to tell. Also right here, I feel like this needs a little bit more. I feel like that's too light. All right, that looks good. Let's dry all that up. Stacy, I'm using the orange, the yellow orange. I'm using the orange and I'm using the magenta out of the tube set. Let me just double check those for you. Just a second. Let me smear this out. Get rid of that harsh line. Let me pull my swatches and I'll tell you exactly what the names of them are. Let's see. We're using the, let me just lift y'all up. We are using the purple red and the permanent deep yellow and the orange red. Those are the three colors that I used. And those are out of the Meeden tube set. Y'all, I'm excited. Meeden has agreed to send me some flash codes for these drawers right here. And I will be the only person that has these codes, so you will be able to get it for the absolute lowest price available. I don't have them yet, but they did send me a message and tell me that they were going to send them to me, or they were going to put them in my flash sale section of this desk, of my desktop. So when I get them, I will for sure be sharing those with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting these shallow desk drawers that I have my paints and stuff in. So just so y'all know, be looking out for that. I'm super excited. All right, back to this. All right. So now let's do the heart. And it's going to be mostly, I'm going to do this in all water. I'm going to let the heart figure out what the heart wants. So I'm going to do clear water. And I'm going to drop in my pink. And I'm going to drop in the permanent deep yellow. And I'm going to drop in the orange red. Some more pink. Okay. And just let that do what it needs to do. All right. Okay. Let's dry it. And then we're going to put our detail lining on, which is going to make all the difference, you guys. So if you hate it right now, trust me, when you get these on, you will not. I'm using the Grabby multi-liner for this. I will put those right here down below. I've got those pinned. These Grabby multi-liners are waterproof and they are amazing. I'm currently using the 08 size. Okay. Use whatever size you want, but we want it to be fairly thick, because we're going to do the shadowing on these, okay? So we're going to go up underneath the bottom right here. We're going to go along the side right here. And we're going to go along this side. Like that. And along the bottom right here. And the bottom here. And the side there. Okay. Perfect, Stacy Lee, perfect. All right, so we're gonna go right here now on the inside of our heart. And the top of our heart right here. Let me fix this. That's a little harsh. There. Then right here. And right here. And guys, you can make these as thick as you want them to be. So if you feel like you need it to be thicker to make yours look and stand out more, then don't hesitate to thicken up your lines, your shadow lines. I'm going to thicken up this section right here just a tad. Okay. Also, if you want to, which I'm going to do this because I want mine to look more faded into each letter. I'm going to take, oops, that one's too wide. That's not what I'm looking for. Sorry. I'm looking for my 01, which is right here. So this one's going to be a lot thinner tip. All right. This is the 01 from this set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade out the ends of all of these into like a point. So it's going to make them look more natural and shadowed. Okay. All right, now we are going to do the heart. I'm just going to do it with this size. We're going to come across like this. I think that needs to come all the way down. And we're going to do this side. Okay. Like that. Perfect. All right. Now it is time to do our splatter. So if you know me at all, you know I'm going to splatter this. And just so you know, we have already splatters over here, but they're the same colors basically. So I'm just going to keep splattering. I'm going to take the Mita #1 brush. It's warm today for us, Stacy Lee. Well, I say warm. It's in the 50s, low 60s, which is cold for Texas, but it is definitely better than we were down to 35 the other night, which is not good because I've already planted my tomatoes and my basil, so that was not good. I had to go out there and cover them for the night because I didn't want them to freeze. All right, so we have the orange done. Now let's reach in and get some yellow. You can do as much splatter or as little splatter as you want. I like a lot of splatter, but some of my stuff I don't. So it just depends. Look at me. I ran out of water right at the very end. Let me go grab some water really quickly out of my little handy dandy water dispenser over here. Since I'm in my studio and I don't have running water, I keep a big sun tea jar with a spout. It's like a 2-gallon jar, 3-gallon jar of clear water. And when I need to fill up, I just use that. And then about once a week, I take it in the house and fill it up. So that's just a tip if you have a studio that doesn't have running water like me. All right, let me rinse my brush. And let's get some pink. Or whatever color this is. Purple, pink purple, or whatever it was called. I can't remember. I'm not doing a ton of this because it's dark, so. Okay. And there we are. Let's go ahead and I know, right? The Tipsy Gypsy, that's hilarious. I know. Keeping the mountain lions away. I think about that every time I hit my paintbrushes together like that. But I never say it because I didn't know if anybody would get the reference. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. The original one with Haley Mills. That's the one that I watch. And I love it. It's a great show. Yep. Oh, good. You like that one too? Yep. That's the one I love. All right. So here it is, guys. This is the lettering lab for today. Do all things with love. And you guys, I cannot tell you how much this touches my heart today just because I've been thinking a lot about Easter and Jesus and his love for us, but also the fact that I have gotten to know so many of you guys, and we've developed relationships, and just how much I'm so grateful for the love that I have for this community and all that we do every day. Oh my gosh, Rain, you too? Me too. I mean, I know there was a later version of The Parent Trap, but I like the original version with Haley Mills. So, but anyway, so this hits me right in the feels because of all of the support that I've gotten from you guys and all the things. So, hey, Mom, how's it going? Have you been here the whole time, or did you just get here? Just curious. I didn't know if you'd just been sitting quietly watching and you didn't say anything or what. You guys, be sure you hit the fan club engagement points right up here. Y'all click that, get the heart me's, all the things. Oh, Talia, yours too. Yay. See, I'm not alone with that. I bet I watched that movie 50 times when I was a kid, just over and over. I watched it. But anyway, be sure you grab your engagement points, join my fan club, click the bell, get notifications when I'm live so that you guys can get notified and we can paint together. Oh yeah, the original Annie also. Absolutely. So that you can get notified and you can come on and you can paint with us. On Thursdays, we do Lettering Lab, which is the day that we work on something that has to do with hand lettering, because honestly, I want to get better at it. So it's one of those things that I want to do better. And in order to do better, I'm going to have to practice. So this was one of our lettering labs that we've done. And then we also did, let's see, I did this one and this one, which were not on live. But then we also did this one last Thursday, which I think this one turned out super, super cute. And then today we did this one. So Thursdays is the day that we work on lettering. Let's see. Thank you, Stacy Lee. Yep, I'm going to be heading out of here in just a little while. I'm going to check and see if, before I get off of here though, and just see if if my flash codes have shown up yet for my meet and stuff. They haven't yet. Bummer. They told me they were going to send them to me. So as soon as I get them though, guys, I will share them with you guys, because I know that a lot of you guys have expressed interest in these drawers right here. So, and I'm going to put them up for you so you guys can see them. And so what Meaden has agreed to do is send me some flash codes for them. Honestly, that might be the flash code price. I'm not sure, because it's showing it's a flash code on my end, or flash sale on my end. So that $39.95. But these are them. I want to show them to you guys because they are amazing. They're shallow drawers. And the great thing about them, oh, I got that caught. Sometimes I do get my paints, the edge of them gets caught occasionally. I always like to make sure they're flat when I put them in there. But it holds like you can see everything in the drawers, which is what's great about them. You don't have to like dig and find, like you can see everything in the drawers because it's shallow and it's just room for one layer. You get 5 sections in each drawer, and I keep these, which are amazing, my oil pastels. Also, my gouache paints are in this. I keep some of my glitter pens in here and pencils. And then also these grabby glitter pens are here. I keep these glitter pens and also my erasers. And they come out so you can use them and then put them away, which is great. And then also my colored pencils are in here. Another drawer of colored pencils right here. Then I have my grabby erasable pens. And then I have my shuttle art glitter pens. So like you can see all of your stuff. And the great thing about having these, oh, sorry, I was out of frame. The great thing about having these is that you can see all of your supplies, so you actually use them. Like the fact that you can see all your colors, or you know, okay, these are all of the grabby like glitter pens that I have in this style, so I know what colors I have. I can grab them and use them. And I tend to use my supplies more since I've gotten these drawers, because if you don't know what you have, you can't use it. And so what I had was a big drawer full of just stuff. And I had boxes, or, you know, the little, big containers with lids that had all my stuff in them and all the things. But I could never like off the top of my head, I was like, I don't know what I have. And so I would end up either buying more when I didn't need it, or just not using it at all. And then it was a waste of money to have the supplies. So now I know exactly what I have. So when I need to use oil pastels, I know I can open this drawer and I can find every oil pastel in this drawer that I need, and I can utilize it, and then I can put it right back up and it's put away and it's not cluttering up my desk. So I'm telling you guys, these are amazing. Love the fact that I can just pull my paints out and start using them immediately. It saves time in preparation because you don't have to search for all of your stuff. You just simply grab it, and you can pull the drawer out, and you can sit down and you can work on it if you want to. And then when you're done, you just pick it up, you put it back, and now your desk is all cleaned up. So it is, these drawers are a game changer, and they stack. So you can get a 6 drawer, you can get a 4 drawer, you can order 10 at a time. I got 6 and I love them so much that I went ahead and bought 4 more. But now I'm ready for 6 more. So I'm fixing to get another set of 6 because, y'all, I cannot tell you how much I love these. So that is my next purchase, is going to be another set of 6 of these drawers, because I need to have more for my my new colored pencils. My Color colored pencils are still in the original case, but I want them to be in these drawers where I can get to them and I can see all my colors, and I can't do that right now. Unfortunately, I have to go through them tray by tray right now, and that, for 240 pencils, that's a lot. So I really want to be able to have the ability to just pull out a drawer of the colors and just kind of pick and choose. Because in these, this is my 72 color set, and I can pull them out and set them down. And then I can pull, like, okay, I know I have these. These are my blues and purple options, right? So I know that I can pull from these. But in my other set, it's like I have to pull out each tray, and I can't do that. Like, it's a pain to do that. So if I have them in drawers like this, I can do that, and I can access them easier, and it's going to make it much more efficient when I'm doing my coloring and stuff. So, oh, see, I definitely am taking them out of the case. I don't like having to lift up each different color every time. So I just prefer them to be out of the case. I like them like this. So, and maybe that's because this is what I was used to prior to getting that set, because I've had these for a while. And so I'm used to being able to reach here and just pull my set and like find my color. And whereas with that case, I have to just lift it out every single time. And it's like, I have to, like, especially if like I want a green, and say the green family is on the bottom of the case, I can't do that. So, the Tipsy Gypsy, I have the Color colored pencils. Let me pull them and show you. They are these, and this is the case that they're talking about. So it comes in this tin, and you lift them out like this. So you have your 6 color families. So you have your 6 primary colors, and then you also have neutrals and your grays and blacks. So like this is the grays and blacks. These are the neutrals. And then you have like your purple colored family here. You have your blue colored family. I know I'm missing some, and that's because they're in my little, they're in this right here, as you can see. Because when I'm working on a page, if I haven't finished that page, I don't want to have to go back in here and try to pull all those colors again to finish that page. Because sometimes it takes me 3 or 4 days to get a page done. So I just keep them here. And then once I'm done with that page, I'll take them and I'll put them all back in the case here. And then I'll color with, and then I'll pull them for the next page. The problem that I have with this is that, if I were to put all of these back, then every time I would have to go through and pull out every color. With these, I wouldn't have to do that. I could open it up and I could pull my color, be done, put it back, and it's super easy. But having to pull out of this case every single time is such a pain. So, but these are a great set. They are, they're professional. They're a professional set. And honestly, I have compared them to the expensive brand, which you guys, that starts with a P, you guys know what brand that is. I have compared them because I have that brand, and they are very, very similar. So if you're looking for a good professional set that doesn't break the bank, then this is a great set. And it's 240 different pencils, which is great for your ability to blend really well, because, let me put them up here. There you go. I'll put them up for you. Because you can blend a lot better when you have more options of colors. And that is because you have, instead of like a light, medium, and dark in a color, you actually have a light, medium, a medium dark, and then a dark. So you can blend and ombre a lot better when you have more color options. So that's why I like to have a ton of options to color with, because then I can do much better blending. And these are a pretty decent price considering the quality of pencil that they are. They're a really, really good quality. And they have been every bit as good as those expensive brands that I have purchased in the past. But again, the one thing that I would like to change is I would like to be able to take them out of this case and put them into these drawers, which is why I'm going to purchase another set of these drawers. I was looking for my coloring book so I could show you what I'm talking about when I talk about blending. Here it is. So this is a page right here that I did with the medium, the light, the medium, and the dark in the green. I did that with this old set that I have in my drawer. This is what I did when I had the light, medium, medium dark, and and dark. So you can see the difference in how this blends compared to how this blends. And that is because when you have more options, you can blend it. You can use a dark and then a dark medium that's a little bit closer, and then a medium, and then a medium light, and then a light. Whereas here, you just have to go straight from dark to medium to light. And so that blending is not as smooth. So same thing, you can see it here in the orange, where I had a lot of orange options here. And then right here where I didn't have a lot of orange options. So that is the difference, and why I like to have like a ton of different colors to choose from, as opposed to just having a few. So my old set was 72 colors. Now the pencils themselves were amazing. I love them. But there just wasn't a lot of color options. And but this set, the pencils are amazing, and there are a ton of color options as well. So that's kind of why I like to use this. Now, I use grayscale coloring, and I'm going to show you coloring books, but I'm going to show you, like, this was a 72 color set. This was a set where I didn't have a ton of options. And you can see, you know, it's beautiful. So you still have gorgeous ability to color regardless of whether you have a 72 color set or a 100 color set or a 240. The difference is how the blends work. So you can see the difference in how well they blend based on, you know, the colors. So this one, you can see a huge difference versus this one. And then this one, I have both. So the top of this was done with the other set, with the set that had fewer choices. And then the bottom was done with the set that has lots of choices. So you can tell a huge difference in the look of the coloring. It's still beautiful either way. So, you know, I always tell people, get what you can afford, but get something and use it and learn to use it well. Because again, you know, this right here with the 72 color is beautiful. So I'm happy with this. And I was learning colored pencils, and I was understanding how they blend and all of that when I was doing this. But then when I learned and I got more options of colors where I could do these ombre blends, you can see a huge difference in the coloring style. And when you put them on the same page like this, you really can see. So you can totally see the difference in the orange here versus the orange here. Right? So that is why I love, because people are like, why in the world would you ever need 240 colors? And I'm like, well, let me tell you why. Because if I'm choosing from 6 different greens, I only have the option of choosing a light, a medium, and a dark. But if I'm choosing from 15 different greens, then I can choose a light medium, a dark, or a medium dark, and then a dark. And so then I can blend it way, way better. So that is why I say 240 pencils, even 240 to me, sometimes is not enough. Like there are times that I go, man, I wish I had another pink, and I don't. So even if, like, I would like to have like a 500 color set, honestly, if I had my choice. But the 240 was what my budget was, so that's what I went with, and I love it. And at some point, hopefully, I'll upgrade to even a bigger set. But the 240 is the one that I have now, and I absolutely love it. So, does anybody have any questions on any of that I talked about, or anything else for that matter? Because I want to be able to answer all of your questions on any of the supplies that we use in our tutorials on a daily. So we use the colored pencils a lot when we are doing our shading for the watercolor work that we do. And that is a lot of what I do with my watercolors. Like we use the colored pencils to shade this crab here. How cute is that? We also use them to do this dog. So we painted with the watercolors, and then we added the colored pencil shading, as you can see, on the top of our watercolor to give it just a little bit more depth and dimension. Same thing here. This was a watercolor, and then we added in like the ears right here and around the face here, right here in the tail, right around the edging of the body. All of that is colored pencil shading. So this is a combination of watercolor and colored pencils. So do you think the 240 will fit in that case? What case? Are you talking about these drawers right here? Are you talking about these? Because I'm going to order the 6 case one, and they should fit in the 6. Yeah. So I'm going to get another one that's 6 in there, and I'm going to put it here, and they're going to go. Actually, I'm probably not going to put it here. I'm actually probably going to put it beside it, or maybe even right here. So, and shift this over. So, But yeah, they'll fit. It should fit in the six drawer one. Should. I measured it before and I got almost all of them in the 4 drawers when I tried it, but I had maybe 2 trays left, so I should have plenty. Yeah, it should fit in the 6th one. Yeah, they're a pain to have to lift up out of that case. They really are. So I just prefer not to do that. So anyway, these colored pencils are, for the price, they're really, really comparable to your more expensive ones. I can pull one out and show you. Like, let me just pull them because I think that I want you guys to see. So these are the expensive brand, okay? And I'm just going to pull a blue that is close to this same blue. Let me see. That one's not it, though. Maybe this one. Nope, that one's not it either. Let me find the blue that's close, just because I want you guys to see how they compare to... All right, so here's the blues. So let me just find a blue that's really close to this. They don't have one that's super close, but we'll go with... I swear I had a blue-gray somewhere. You see what I'm talking about? When I do need colors, I don't always have the color that I need. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. All right, well, we'll just do... let's go with... We'll just go with this. It's not the same, but just so you can see the difference in the way that they color. I want you to be able to see that. So I'm going to pull out some of my paper here so I can show you what I'm talking about. So this is a light pressure with the expensive brand. This is a medium pressure, and this is a heavy pressure with the expensive brand. Now, this is a light pressure. This is a medium pressure. And this is a heavy pressure. Okay. Very little difference in how that looks on paper. And honestly, the heavy pressure, I'm not having to push quite as hard to get this as I did to get this. But I also don't have, you've got a little bit of the texture in there that you don't have in this. So maybe the heavy pressure might be slightly different. Like now I'm pressing really hard. So you can see. So you get, comparatively, you're not getting much of a difference between your more expensive pencils than you do these. And I paid for this set, which is 24, more for that 24 color set than I paid for this entire 240 color set. And honestly, they compare so much. Like you can't tell the difference from a texture standpoint and how they feel. So they're a really good set of pencils. And I have had a couple people comment and go, oh, there's nothing better than, this brand, right? There's nothing better than this brand. That's just stubborn. That's just being stubborn and wanting to spend a lot of money on crap that you don't need, because they are just as good as this brand. And I don't care. I will die on that hill because I'm telling you, they are. And I've used a ton of colored pencils, and these are every bit as good as that expensive brand. And I promise you, I will not buy that expensive brand ever again, because it's not worth the money when you can get an entire set of 240 colors for the price of, you know, half of what 24 colors in that brand is. I don't care. I'm not wasting my money on supplies when I have other things that I want and I can save it for other things. So that's my soapbox about colored pencils. Don't waste your money on the expensive brands when you can get a comparative brand and you can get 5 times the amount of colors. So, all right. Anything else? Any other questions? Anything else? Any questions about any of the other things that we did today, or any of the other supplies that we used, or anything? I did get some new meat and paper in. I'm really excited to try it. They sent this to me. They sent me the large watercolor paper, and they sent me this 5x7. Now, this is the, I think this is the I'm not sure if this is more expensive or the less expensive than what I'm already using from them, but I haven't tried it yet. As you can see, I haven't even opened it. So I will let you guys know when I do open it, how I like it, and if it is the same or different. But it is 100% cotton. It doesn't say, it is 300 GSM, but it doesn't say whether it's a cold press or anything like that. It didn't tell me any of that. So I cannot tell you. I can't tell you if it's like that, but yes. Yes, it was. I love grayscale coloring books, Laura. It's one of, I love them. And so this particular one, this one is mine. So just so you know, this is my coloring book, and I have this one, and I actually have 3 coloring books currently out on the market. So this one's mine, and I love it. And when I design, and what I do with my, and I'm not gonna tell you I drew all this. What I do is I do my sketches, and then I upload them, and I have AI grayscale them for me and enhance them to make them better. So I design them, but then it enhances them. So I don't do the grayscaling on mine at all. So I'm not going to take credit for that. But I like having my own, I like being able to create my own books, because then it's stuff that I want to color. So grayscale means it's already shaded for you, so you can see the shading in here. So when you color on it, it kind of gives you extra like shading, so it just looks a lot more professional, and I love the way that it looks. So that is you know, how I do that. So, and then this one also. And we can do this is a devotional, one of my devotional coloring books, but you also get these beautiful shading. I use those colored pencils for this, and also the colored pencils for this. So you can see how beautifully these pencils shade. They're really, really pretty. Love, love, love it. And I've started, let's see, there's one more that I started. This one right here. I'm working on this one right now. But I also have some other coloring books that I got this one off TikTok Shop. This whole set came in yesterday, and they're just plain because I want to start working with alcohol pens. And this one is so stinking cute. It's by Nikki Doodles. And she sent me all doodles, and she sent me all 4 in that set. So I'm excited to try these as well. And these are the, let me see. Just a second. Right here. These right here, this is a 4 coloring book bundle. Honestly, I haven't even opened the other ones. I opened that one last night and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. But let's open these and see if we can look at them. Because I love coloring, y'all. I absolutely love coloring books and it's so relaxing. This is the Cuddle Buddies, Cute and Comfy. And it's for adults and teens with bold and easy designs, is what it says. So you can do like fun little, oh my gosh, you could use your glitter pens on some of these. You could use alcohol inks or alcohol markers. You could highlight with your gel pens. So cute, y'all. These are cute, cute, cute. So this is the Cuddle Buddies. And then it also comes with a Mindful Garden. Let me just open that. Have to be careful. I just replaced this blade on my X-Acto and I don't want to accidentally tear my book. But the Tipsy Gypsy, did you get the, is it the Inspire that has the coloring pages? Is that the one you got? Oh my gosh, I want to get one of those. I love, love, love it. I saw one in, I think it was Barnes & Noble's the other day. Oh my gosh, this one is the Mindful Garden. So this is all gardening stuff. Look, a little avocado. So these have some super cute pages in them. So I don't know exactly. I know these are like $27 or something for a book. I don't know what the bundle is. I think you save money if you get the 4-book bundle. But yeah, see, I want to get that. I probably will. I'll probably break down and do that soon because I've been wanting to do that. This one's the Self-Love. So this is the Girl Therapy Coloring Book, which is probably going to be the one I'm going to fall in love with because I definitely need some self-love. And I love the bold lines. And the reason I like the bold lines in these is because when you do alcohol inks, it kind of bleeds a little bit sometimes. And so if you use bold line coloring books with those, then as it bleeds, you can't see it. It bleeds into the black and that's it. But look how cute this is. So like if I was going to do, and I have my markers now all lined out where I can see them because I have my marker holder now. So I can see all of my alcohol markers right here. And so I know exactly what I have. And I just can simply pull them. Like if I wanted to do this moon right here in this beautiful yellow color, then I could just, and it's 140 GSMs. So they say it's pretty thick. So let's just see. It does bleed through, but it didn't bleed onto the other page. So that's good. Although I do have a plastic guard that I use when I'm using alcohol, but let's see. It was pricey, but it ended up going back after coming to terms with all the stuff I blow. No, that's true, Tipsy Gypsy. Yep, I'm the same way. That's kind of how I justify a lot of my stuff. I'm like, I've spent more on less. you know, for sure. And when it comes to a Bible, I mean, I use like every day, I'm in one of my Bibles every single day, at least once a day, if not more than once a day, because I do art, Bible art, and, other I do my daily study, I do my journaling, lots of stuff. So it's not like I'm not going to use it, right? I'm definitely going to use it. So it's worth it, I think, to spend the money on it. Sorry, I was getting my plastic thing so I could use this because I don't want to mess up the page underneath it. But I wanted to see how this colors. And so see, when you get close to the edge with alcohol markers, it expands past the edge. But when you have these bold lines like this, you don't have a problem because you can't see it. And like I would go in even with a darker yellow, maybe this one. I love being able to see all my colors in front of me so that I can kind of compare and just kind of shadow this. And then you blend it with a blender. I'm so excited about these. And it gives it that shading. Isn't that cute, the way that works? Now, obviously, you want to make sure your blends are smooth. And that's the one thing that has always bothered me about alcohol inks, is that it's hard to get your smooth blends. But I'm learning that these blenders are the way to go because they help it to blend the way that you want it to blend. Because being a watercolor artist, I'm used to, not having harsh lines. I don't like having those harsh lines. So, but then you can go in with, say, a highlighter, your, hang on, your gel pens, and give it a little bit of a highlight like that. How cute is that? Love it. Love it. And then my stars, I would do those yellow. Sorry, I'm just playing around, guys. I'll have to get off of here in just a second anyway, because I'm about to go have some dinner or have some lunch with my mommy and my sister. But I thought, why not play around until I have to go? So we're going to match that. And then maybe do a little bit of orange right around the sides of the stars like this. That's the great thing about alcohol markers, is you can really shadow well. See, like I could even bring some of this orange into this just a tad. Maybe like right there. Love it. Let's see. I'm going to do her hair. I'm going to do her hair in this brown. This over. That was weird. My phone did something strange. Hang on. Sorry, I know that was kind of crazy. Yeah, the blender actually does take up some of the ink, which is kind of cool. And that way you can blend it like however you want to, which is pretty cool. You can add in like darker and then blend them together and get kind of that ombre look so you don't end up with those harsh lines. It's the harsh lines for me that bothers me about alcohol markers. And I know like the brand of marker makes a difference too. But even the nice brands that everybody's like, oh, these are wonderful, I still struggle with them. But I'm learning that you have to layer and you have to use the blenders. And that helps a ton. And you kind of like those, you don't get streaks, which is nice. But that's, again, where the bold lines come in. Like if you have to have coloring books with bold lines because the alcohol ink spreads out. So like if I want to do some highlights for her hair, then I can come behind her with this darker color. And just bring that through. Like that. Isn't that cool? Yes, layer, layer, layer. That's one of the things that I'm learning about alcohol markers is that it is all about layering and all about learning to use that blender. For sure. But I'm definitely still learning. But that's one of the reasons that I wanted these coloring books is because I wanted to learn. And I needed some bold ones to do that. Isn't that cute? I love how that works. And then you can go in, again, you can go in and you can add your little highlights if you want to. With your gel pens. And like I could pull out my glitter gel pens and give her some sparkles in her hair if I wanted to, or any of that. So I love, love, love doing stuff like that. So I'm going to have fun with these coloring books. Now, granted, it's not like I have a ton of time to just spend just coloring, but when I'm sitting around at night, and I'm done with my work for the day, these coloring books are going to be a lot of fun. So isn't that cute so far? Love it. So these 4 comes in a bundle. This is the Cuddle Buddies. This is the Mindful Garden, Self-Love, and Dreamy Escapes. The Dreamy Escapes, I think, is my favorite. The lines are not as bold in this, but the truth is that there are some of these images in here that are so stinking cute. There's one of a strawberry that's a house. This one right here, I started this one with acrylic markers because I was going to see how the acrylic paint did on it, and it really held up really well. But there is one that's like a strawberry. No, that's the mushroom. There's one that's like a strawberry house I saw. I don't know where it's at, but it is so cute. That's not it. Let me see. Where is it? Come on. There it is. Look how cute that is. I cannot wait to do this one. This one's going to be so fun. But I want to save it so that when I have time, I can sit down and do it and do the whole thing all at once and get it finished. Because I'm so excited about this one. It's so cute. I love it so much. That is such a cute little image. So anyway, this one's the Dreamy Escapes. This one I think is my favorite out of the 4. But I love them all. So if you're looking for a good set of coloring books, you can get this in a 4-pack. Or you can buy these individually too. But they're great. So I will have to come on one day when I'm not doing a tutorial and just come on and just do some coloring with this one. Maybe we'll do this one day on live just for fun. Because I'm wanting to do that and I can learn as I go. And maybe you guys can give me some tips on what I'm doing wrong when I mess it up. So anyway, all right, guys. I am going to hop off of here. I'm going to go and get my stuff together and head out to go see my sister. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope that you guys had a fun time with our tutorial that we did today, which was the lettering lab. And this was what we finished today. I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow, so I'm not even going to tell you guys. I'm just going to come on. I'll send out messages when I go on. But this was the tutorial we did today. Do all things with love. I think it turned out so cute. This was our lettering lab. So on Thursdays, we work on our lettering and images that include hand lettering. So that was today's tutorial. Yesterday, we did the card for our Wild Card Wednesday. And then Tuesday, we did St. Patty's Day. We did this tutorial and we did the crab on Tuesday. And on Monday, we did our Easter cross with the shroud in watercolor. And so that has been the week so far of all of our daily fun together. So I hope that you guys will hit the follow button if you haven't already followed me. Grab your fan club points right here at this little heart so that you get, and also click the notification bell so that when I'm live, it notifies you. And you can paint with us, join us for coloring and watercolor and mixed media and anything else that I can do that is fun and creative. That is what we do here. So join me next time. All right, guys. Hang on. I didn't go through our comments. Let me just make sure there wasn't any questions in the comments. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Sorry, guys. I was about to get off here and then I was like, wait, I didn't read the questions. So just making sure. Oh, did y'all hear that? My tummy's growling. That means I'm hungry. I'm so glad we're going out of town to eat today. So we're going to go eat with my sister at an amazing restaurant. So I'm excited about that. Okay, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm thinking, though, it'll be morning time because my grandkids aren't spending the night tonight. I don't have plans tonight to be out late. So I'll probably be up in the morning at a decent time. So I will likely be on sometime in the morning. So I hope that you guys will join me for that. One more, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to hit that 2-hour mark, guys. So one more time, I'm going to go through these books with you. So this is the Cuddle Buddies book. This one is Mindful Garden, which I loved. The Self-Love and the Dreamy Escapes. This one's my favorite. It has all of these amazing little images in it. Love, love, love it. So cute. And I like to use alcohol inks on these. So these are the ones, or alcohol markers. So these are the ones that I'm going to be learning and practicing my alcohol markers on. Because my other books that I have are grayscale and I use my colored pencils on those. And they're great for colored pencils, but I prefer to have options. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we will do another tutorial tomorrow. Faithful Friday tomorrow, so we'll be doing a devotion and probably some Bible art. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.